Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing okay. I am sorry I can't be there today, but I do have some good information to share with you guys, and that's going to help you with today's lessons. So let's go ahead and look at our learning targets. Our learning targets. Today, I am learning about the basic trigonometric ratios. That's trig ratios. You're going to hear a lot about trig ratios. What are we learning about today? Trig ratios. Say it with me. We're learning about trig ratios. Appreciate you guys saying it with me. If you didn't say it, you're a buster. But success criteria. I'll know I'm successful when I can use trig ratios to find the ratio of two sides in a right triangle. Those words again, trig ratio. I'll know I'm successful when I can explain the relationship between two complementary angles and their trig ratios. Guess what our standard focus is? Trig ratios in right triangles. How does one acute angle in a right triangle determine the ratio of side lengths? Hey, if you didn't know anything today and they say, what are you learning in math today? The two words that at least should come out of your mouth is, you're right, trig ratios. All right. Now, you guys should have already done your warm up for the day and talked about that. But let's just do a brief review of what you've done the last couple of days and talked about in the last couple of days. All right. They give you this problem, and on Tuesday, our main focus was to be able to understand the trig ratios and use your reference angle to label sides in a right triangle. So, our reference angle for this problem is the letter A. Okay. And when we start labeling, you know the longest side or the side opposite the right angle in the right triangle is the hypotenuse. You know, the side that does not touch that angle or help form that angle is the opposite, and the side that helps form that angle, that is considered the leg of the triangle that forms that angle, that is called the adjacent side. Okay. Now, if you heard the song, the Sohcahtoa Song, I'm not sure if Coach got a chance to play it yesterday, but if you remember, it says Sohcahtoa, 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 and it's talking about sine, opposite hypotenuse sine, adjacent hypotenuse cosine, adjacent hypotenuse cosine, opposite adjacent tangent. Well, I don't know if you remember that song. You could ask Coach to play that song for you again. But on this one, we're talking about the tangent of A, and the tangent of A is opposite over adjacent. All right. And if you look, the value of the opposite side is 39, and the value of the length of the hypotenuse is 89. I mean, excuse me, the length of the adjacent side is 80. I apologize. So you should get 39 over 80. That was just a brief review of what we've done over the last 2 days. So just to make sure that you guys understand what you're doing, we have an IXL activity. And on this IXL activity, you're going to be doing some of the same things that you've been doing before. It's going to ask you to um, write a fraction or as your answer, or a whole number for like the sine, cosine, or tangent of one of the angles. So when you come back from IXL, we'll have something new for you. So coach is going to give you about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll come back to the video and show you what's up next for you guys. All right, guys. You guys should have finished up um, IXL, or should be finishing up IXL, and you should have your Delta Math already finished. But there's one more thing that you'll be doing today. So you should have already done your warm up. You should have completed the definitions pre-assessment, just to see what words you know. Should have completed the IXL, and lastly, um, we have another thing in OneNote. Um, so in OneNote, we will have um, an assignment to do, and it comes from illustrative mathematics. All right, it's called ratios and right triangles. All right, what you need to do in this, you can do um, the first one on your own. For the second one, I have a table. You might not be able to write in it, but you can draw or whatever. But in order to do this, you're going to need to click on illustrative mathematics. And my first reference angle is 10 degrees. So when I click on illustrative mathematics, I scroll down to 4.2. So I want everybody to scroll down to 4.2. Okay. What they want you to do, they want you to go through each angle, click on A, and stretch it to however long you want. Okay. Um, I'll just leave it right here. Okay. So what I would need to do on my table is, for 10 degrees, I would need to label the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. So my opposite is 3.31, my adjacent is 8.78, and my hypotenuse is 19.07. So I go ahead and enter that on my table. And my table looks like kind of like the one that you would have, but I already had some values in for 10 degrees. So what you would do, you would enter in the opposite side, the adjacent side, and the hypotenuse into your table. Okay, that's after you move the point. Then what they want you to do is they want you to find the ratio, or does the ratio equal to. So I'm going to take 3.45 and divide that by 19.86, because that's opposite over hypotenuse, and that gives me 0.173. And these numbers are going to be very important. Now, when you put this in the table, or whatever, you can either draw it in the table, or if the table doesn't work out for you, you can actually do it on your own paper and then take a screenshot of it and post it into your OneNote notebook. But for this, when it says the mean is the average. All I would do is add these three numbers together, the 0.173, the 0.984, and the 0.176, add them together, and that would give me 0.44 for that. Now, let me go ahead and do the next problem. So I'm going to show you what it looks like for 20 degrees. So on this, I would use the applet. I would go over to 20 degrees, and then I would fill in my table. So it'll be 6.52 for the 6.52 for the opposite. Um, 6.52 for the opposite. The adjacent side is 17.92. And then the hypotenuse, I want to say, was 19.07. Okay. Now I find my sine. I know sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So that's 16.52 divided by 19.07. I hit equals, and I will find out what that decimal is. So I go to, you can either use the decimals calculator, or you can use this calculator. So I'm going to say that's 6.52 divided by 19.07. That's going to be 0.34. Let me see how I do it at 0.342. If I round it to the nearest hundredth. All right. Then cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So I'm going to do 17.92 divided by 19.07. A calculator. 17.92 divided by 19.07 equals 0.939, so it's 0.9, about 0.940 if I rounded it. And then the last one is opposite over adjacent, so that's 6.52 divided by 17.92. So I do that in the calculator. And that equals 0.364. If I added all these together and divided them by 3 to find the mean, let's see what we get. 342,940,364. So I am going to add 0.342 plus 0.940 plus 0.364. That's going to equal 1.64. And I'm going to divide that by 3. And that's going to give me 0.549. All right. Now, you guys are going to be doing this, but you guys are going to be filling out the rest of the table. If you have any questions, you can definitely ask Coach Williams or hit me on It's Learning. I'll try to get back to you before the day is over. So thank you for paying attention, and good luck on this assignment. And Coach will have a couple questions for you at the end of the assignment. All right. So hopefully I'll see you guys soon. I know you guys are going to behave, and I will catch you guys later.